All right, welcome back to the Dead Pundits Society. Today I'm joined by Jake. Unfortunately, no Julian this week. He wasn't able to make it on the show, but we'll have him on a future show, so not to worry. Today we're gonna do another tier list, but this time we're gonna look at fullbacks. So yeah, I think this is quite an interesting one. Definitely maybe a less dense population of players than in other tier lists that we've done so far. But excited to see how this one goes.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I think fullbacks often get kind of disrespected, or at least they used to. I think the rules changed a lot over the past couple decades, or especially the last 10 years. But with that said, I think when I think of fullbacks, there's a pretty big gap between the top and the rest. So I'm curious how this will shake out compared to the other lists. So getting into it first, we've got Eric Abidal. So I think, Abidal has obviously become sort of a legendary player with everything that's happened off the pitch alongside his achievements on the pitch. With that said, taking only his football ability into consideration, I think as the first player, I'd probably put him table three. The reason I put him that high, or I don't know, is because, he was really good at Lyon. He was quite good at Barcelona as well. He was also a consistent player in the French national team. He actually displaced Patrice Evra for a long time. I mean, played in the 2006 World Cup as well. So I think, yeah, for being an overall solid player, I'd chuck him in table three to start.
Yeah, I'd say as a benchmark, I was thinking like the high table four, lower table three, kind of vicinities. But we can put him in table three, and then obviously depending on who comes next. But he definitely had a solid career with Barcelona, Lyon before that. I think he maybe even started the World Cup final, or maybe he was in the World Cup squad in
Yeah,
2006 for sure. Not sure if he started the final, but I mean, he's definitely a solid player and a career to be proud of, right?
yeah,
Next is Alaba. Now, David Alaba is interesting for me because if you had taken his career only at Bayern Munich, like before his Real Madrid move, I would have actually ranked him really highly, like maybe even like in the upper echelons of this tier list. I do think his career at Real Madrid has been slightly disappointing. Obviously, he's won quite a lot of trophies. I think he's won two La Ligas, two Champions Leagues, but I feel like he's been injured a lot. Like he's not really made that left back slot his own. And we are talking about him as a fullback here, which is also hard because he's also a center back, right? But you kind of have to abstract that a little bit. So as a fullback, I don't know.
I'm curious.
I would say like table four. Like that might be
Dude,
harsh, but
no, that's way too harsh for Alaba.
but the thing
I
is
mean,
like you have to think about just as a fullback, not as a center back. And like at Real Madrid, he hasn't really played as a fullback, so you can't really count his period at Real Madrid.
my whole thing is he played for Bayern Munich for a decade. I think maybe even more than a decade. He showed up like he was super young. I think he was still a teen when he first arrived. And he was a
Definitely, yeah.
mainstay in that throughout like all of the 2010s. He was like a consistent, like top world class left back, you know? Uh, I definitely rated him more in his peak as a left back compared to as a center back, but I also give him props because he played multiple positions, left back, center back, CDM for the national
Yeah,
team.
it plays like center attacking mid for Austria. I'm not counting that.
Yeah, but I think table four is really harsh, man. I was gonna put him table three, and I was honestly gonna argue potentially above Abidal just because I don't know, in terms of peak and in terms of being at the top at Bayern for such a long time, I think he's got the lowest he can be is three for me personally.
Okay, I mean, I'm happy to put him three. I would put him maybe below Abidal just because I do think his career has kind of fallen off over the last few years. Um, I feel like Abidal was more solid, and also Abidal was a left back, a pure left back, right? Which I mean, this is kind of harsh because it's not really Alba's fault that for being versatile, but I don't know. That's fair. What do you think about Jordi Alba? I'm curious.
Jordi Alba, yeah, great player. Really, really good player. Also consistent for Barcelona. Played for a long time. He was a thorn in the left side, can very fast, can do the overlapping runs. I mean, all these things are basic things I'm saying about him, but with that said, I think he's his level of consistency, man. I would maybe it's generous, and it's funny because I don't like Barcelona. I have a bit of a a bias against them, but I would put him. above those we have there now, and I think he's making a case for tier two. Or is that crazy? I don't know.
I'd agree with that. I mean, he did have like I would say a good 5 years where he was really solid for Barcelona. Even before then, he was pretty good for Valencia as well, which obviously it was predating that move to Barcelona. I think honestly, yeah, table three might be good. It's funny. I wanted you to go first because Jake is our resident Barcelona hater on the podcast. So I would say table three, but his prime wasn't necessarily as long as like other players. But I do think his peaks were higher than the peaks of Abidal, and obviously he won a lot with Barcelona as well. So yeah, sure, I'd put him maybe slightly above Abidal, but I would put him in table three still.
Okay. He's also one of those he might move up as the list
Yeah, yeah,
continues.
exactly. The next one's
Um,
hard, Trent,
yeah, it's
because
always
Trent's
hard to
still young.
place active players, man, but it's always hard to place active players. But dude, Trent, I don't know. What do you think, man? Because I was gonna say something really generous, but maybe I
So
don't know. Maybe
Trent,
I'm.
it's difficult, right? Because he obviously he's amazing, but we have to think about players that are coming later as well, right? And I think it's pretty unfair to put someone as like I know some people would argue that he should be in table one. I don't necessarily agree with that. I would say my initial thought is bottom table two, tops table three, because I do think that his peaks were insane, right? Like he has been at several points the best fullback in the world, in my opinion. But that being said, he is young. He is pretty inconsistent. He's also pretty bad defensively, which
He
for
is,
left
yeah.
back, for a right back, I think is pretty important. So I don't know. I would say let's leave him in table two for now, with
I
the potential
yeah.
of maybe shifting him if need
So,
be.
so I was gonna chuck him table two, off the rip, just because I know he's still an active player, and he does have certain defensive, let's say, liabilities, and I think people have really put that on blast. I mean, but as a playmaking like right back and just wing back in general, I think he's easily one of the best on this list. Making a case for being the best playmaking left back on this list, at least definitely on a passing level. I mean, he's absurd. He's won Champions League. He's won two Premier Leagues now. I mean, he's still young. He can win trophies with Real Madrid. I think by the time he retires, he could have a contention for table one. We'll
Potentially,
see.
yeah.
We'll see if he
I mean,
picks up some
his
international
delivery,
trophies.
yeah, his delivery is absolutely insane. Like the way he like delivers crosses, his set piece ability is also really good. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I think that's good. Danny
Danielle,
Alves now, oof. I'm gonna let
man.
the Barcelona hater take this
No,
one first.
so I don't want to be a Barcelona hater, but Dani Alves, man, is table one for me. I think for me he's the first. Oh, you're having a visceral reaction. Are you that shocked by that? I feel like Dani Alves, man, has been like a staple as like a right back. I think he's one of the best right backs like in history.
I find it the thing is table one only has five places, right? And like in my mind, like those five places are already kind of taken by players that are coming later. So I would
Oh,
understand
I
potentially
have
putting him in
yeah.
table one, but I wouldn't. I would say he's a bit like Busquets, right? Like he's right in table two, like maybe on the cusp of table one. Also, I mean, let's not regard what happened in his personal life. I mean, that's a completely separate issue. But the thing is, in Barcelona, obviously, he was good for like 8, 9 years. He played for Juventus. He played for
He was
PSG.
so good.
He played for Brazil, didn't really help Brazil win anything, which I think, not that it was his responsibility to do so, but does count a bit against him. I would put him above Trent for sure. I would put him for now right at the top of tier two.
So it's tough, and I don't want to spoil anything for the rest of the list. I get where you're coming from, especially since we only have five spots on table one, men. But I'm gonna have a hard time with specifically right backs. I think he's easily a top three. I think he's a top three left right back we can see on this list, but I don't know. We'll see. I
Let's
like
see.
such a staple for Barcelona. He wasn't even bad at the other teams he played for. He wasn't bad at Juventus or PSG either. I mean, he was obviously a bit older by then, but yeah, he's one of those kind of era defining wing backs. So
Yeah, and okay, so the next one, Alvaro Arbeloa. Honestly, I mean, he played for Real Madrid for a long time. He played for Liverpool. He was kind of in and around that Spanish national team, but didn't really start. He was kind of in the squad. I would say he's a solid like table five player, honestly. Like I wouldn't put him in
You're
table
nice.
six because I do think there are
Yeah.
people that are worse than him. But he was, yeah, and he was still in the squad, right? It's a bit like Lucas Vasquez. Like, I wouldn't put Lucas Vasquez in table six if he were in this list because he was still like in the squad for like many years and he won many trophies. And, that does count for something, especially when he was
Mm.
still in the squad for that Spanish Golden Age. But I would say table five, mid to bottom table five, personally.
And I was about to chuck him in table six, to be honest, but I guess we can put him in five as a benchmark. He's not a bad player. I'm not trying to disrespect him. He's holding a Champions League trophy there, but I just compared to some of the other quality we have on this list, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean Jimmy Traore has a Champions League, so that doesn't really mean a whole lot. But what do you think about Aspie as a Chelsea fan?
Yeah, so this is hard because I got to separate my bias. I think Spilicueta is starting to get a lot of flowers now. I've seen on social media, which makes me happy because he was one of those players that was kind of under the radar for a large portion of his career. Um, I think he's easily one of Chelsea's best investments ever in terms of return on a player, what they offered, consistency, longevity. With that said, like as great as he was, and as much as he contributed as a captain and during that Champions League run, as a pure wingback, I don't know if I can place him higher than table three. I don't know. I think he's a great player. I love him. Maybe I'm being too generous, but I can make a case. I mean, multiple Premier Leagues won, Champions League won as captain. Granted, he was playing as a center back, kind of in a weird system, but yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think it's pretty high in table three. Like, obviously, he's
Well,
a
he's
great,
definitely worse
phenomenal
than
player.
Alaba. He's definitely
Yeah,
worse than
yeah. I
Alaba.
mean, he's a
That's
phenomenal
fair.
player. He obviously played for Chelsea for the best part of a decade. Plays for Atleti now, even though I think he's more of a center back. Sometimes
Mm.
also plays at right back. But I don't know. Yeah, I would say he's a solid player. I would say he's worse than Alaba. Maybe like, yeah, bottom table three,
Table.
top table four.
Let's put
Maybe
him
let's
table
put him into,
four.
yeah, and then
Because
let's
I'm thinking
adapt.
he's definitely worse than these three guys here. And like also, yeah, I'll put him table four, but he has a special place in my heart. Maybe I jumped the gun, but he's a very good player. Very solid achievements.
All right, so next
Leighton
we have
Baines.
Leighton Baines. I would say, I don't know. I feel like he's like a quintessential Barclays Premier League player in my
Yeah.
mind, like from like that league, that like era. But honestly, he played a lot of games for Everton. I'm gonna have to say, for me, and maybe this is because I'm not that much of a Premier League follower, I felt like he was never like that good. Obviously, so I would say like for me, it's like table five or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, okay, I was worried you were gonna put him table six. For me, he's like the embodiment of a table five player. I don't think he's in the bottom on this list just because of like how long he played, and being like he's like Mr. Everton as far as English defenders and left backs go. For yeah, he's Mr. Everton. So I'd put him five. Dude, I'd put him above, but I don't know. I
But
just
below
think
has like many Champions Leagues.
yeah, but like we can't only base it off of that. Leighton Baines was a starter. He's capped so many games in his career. He's probably one of the most capped wing backs in the Premier League.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I don't hate it. Like you could put him in front of Arbeloa, honestly. I won't
Okay.
die on that hill. Next one, Cafu, table
So
one for me.
this is what I was gonna say. He's one of the when I said I think Dani Alves is top three right backs on this list. This is one of the ones he's below. For sure. I agree, table one. I think he's the best right back on this list. Point blank. I think he's one of the best
I would
center
say
backs on
so,
this
yeah.
list.
He's
Um,
phenomenal. I mean, he won the World Cup twice. I think once as captain, not the other time. But played for obviously Roma, the greatest club on earth. Played for Milan for several years as well. They used to call him Pendolino in Italy, which is like the fast train because he was just like going up and down the wing all game. But yeah, I
he's just a
mean, phenomenal
soldier.
career, great player.
He's
Yeah.
one of those players as well. I think he would be, I don't know about as good, but close to as good, even if you took him, like transported him to the game now. I think he'd be one of those players
Yeah,
that every club would be fighting
exactly.
for because he offers so much on both sides of the pitch. Um, yeah, great player. Great one-on-one defender. Also, like tactically, he was like fucking with people as a as a wing back before that became much more of a thing. So you got to rate it.
Yeah.
He's
And
one of
and
the
I
archetypes.
mean he was also very technical, like he scored once in a derby against Lazio, he did like four like sombreros in a row against Pavel Nedved, which is like a famous moment. And also, I mean, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I do think it was harder to defend like 30, 20, 25 years ago than now. So I'm gonna slightly weight this towards older right backs as well and left backs.
Joao Cancelo is next up, and dude, to be honest, my gut reaction is to put him table five, just because like, well, do you think that's
That's
harsh?
ridiculous. That's so low, I think.
Bro, but
No?
here's the thing: is he was so good for like 2 seasons, and then he disappeared. Like he flamed out so hard, ended up in Saudi, like in that Chow, like
Yeah, I agree.
he,
But that peak,
like
how good was that peak? I mean, he was
that
insane.
that peak was crazy. But if I look at all these ones above him, he doesn't compare to them at all in terms of longevity.
I would
He
say,
just
yeah, I would put him below Aspi, but I'll put him table four for sure.
Yeah, again, I don't even dislike Joao Cancelo. He's one of those players I really like. He's like he kind of he didn't invent it, but he popularized a lot of the modern, the tactic with modern wingbacks and became the modern fullback, the playmaking fullback, and sort of
Yeah,
like this inverted role. But yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm harsh to say table five, but I just think he flamed out so hard. Like the longevity was not good at
that's
all.
true.
But
No, I agree with that. And I mean, but he was hitting like Travella assists to Erling Haaland like that, that's got to count for something. Okay, but let's leave him there. We might move him down potentially. Like I don't think table five is as of much of a heresy as I did initially. But let's see. What about the next one? Joan Capdevila. I can start if you want. I mean, obviously, people know him as like one of the best heroes on FIFA. But
goaded.
before that, he was actually quite a good player. He played for Villarreal for a long time, like most of his career in Spain. He was solid, never like the best left back at Spain. He did start in the World Cup final in 2010, and I do believe also in the Euros final in 2008. Now, that also might be due to a kind of the fact that they didn't really have good players in that position at that time, rather than him just being a world beater. But starting in two tournaments that you win, I think you kind of need to put that weight that kind of highly. So I would put him like table four, maybe like above Cancelo, behind Aspi, because I don't think he's had like as much success as Aspi in club football, but I mean in international football for sure. But I don't know. What do you
I mean,
think?
I haven't watched that much La Liga, so I have to take a lot of what you're saying just at face value. I looked into him a little bit before this just because I saw he popped up on the list. He seems very solid. Obviously, he's got the international accolades as well, so you gotta rank that. That sounds about right to me. I don't think I'm using like Alaba as a benchmark, and he's definitely not better than Alaba, so I'd put him. I think this is a fair ranking.
Yeah, yeah, I'd agree. Okay, next one. I think tier one for me.
It, this is gonna get really hard now that I'm realizing there's only 5 spots. I get what you mean. Dude, he is tier one. I agree. Where would you? I'd put him below Cafu,
I'd put him below Cafu, yeah, for sure.
but dude, it's hard because I don't think there's that much of a difference between him and Danny Alves, man. I gotta
Yeah, I
be.
mean, yeah, I agree. I mean, the thing is, like, as hard, this is gonna sound so harsh, but I do think Roberto Carlos is one of those players that's a bit overrated. He's don't get me wrong, he's amazing, but he's also a very flashy player, right? Like, he scored that famous free kick against France. Like, he's got that
The
rocket of a
impossible
shot.
goal,
Yeah, so
the
like, I think that
181
does like,
degrees.
yeah, I think that amplifies his aura as a footballer more than perhaps it should. But still, he was an amazing player for Real Madrid for 10 years. He played for the Brazilian national team in the 2002 World Cup when they maybe had the best World Cup squad of all time. Like he's definitely I do put him slightly above Dani Alves just because he played in an era where I think defending was harder personally, but it's hard to split them apart because they both had very similar careers. I mean, maybe you could say like he won a World Cup and Dani Alves didn't. Like that's I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, he was a knocked on starter for Real Madrid for a decade. So, and like being one of the best, or probably, arguably the best left back in the world for a large portion of that. Um, Definitely, I agree with you. As far as aura goes, I think he's one of the most aura defenders ever, like as far as wingbacks go. But I just think, I don't know. It's not, I would never call him a luxury player. I think that'd be totally harsh, but I think he's not as good defensively. Not to say he's bad, but he offers a lot going forward, very creative, good dribbler, has a crazy left foot on him, like a wand of a left foot, as they
A
say.
rocket as well. I mean,
I just
yeah.
I don't know. Because I see how much Dani Alves has achieved, I think it's tough. But I think table one is fair. I think he's below Cafu just because Cafu offers more. He's a more complete player.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, he also delivered the assist for that famous Zidane goal in the
He did
2002 Champions League
the
final, which,
left-footed half volley, yeah.
yeah.
Against Bayer Leverkusen. Yeah, that was crazy. That's true.
What are you saying about Dani Carvajal? I'm curious to hear your take on that first.
Dude, so Pablo knows this, and I don't know if he's saying this and asking me in a joking way, but I can't stand Carvajal, to be honest. I think he's like one of the most obnoxious players. And I know we're talking about me being like a Barca hater, but I dislike this guy more than any Barca player.
Wait,
Current.
do you dislike him more than Nacho?
No, I dislike Nacho more, but those two are like the top two that I dislike. Nacho catching a stray, he's not even on this list. With that said, like as much as I don't like him, and I think that now he has like a huge amount of liabilities, man. Not just for Real Madrid, also for Spain. Like I actually saw him get cooked multiple times at the Euros, and I was like, yeah, he's done. Saw him get cooked multiple times recently, playing for Real Madrid. With all of that said, dude, like he's got to be minimum table three. Like the career he's had, how much he's contributed to the team, being a stalwart for that Real Madrid side that's been so successful. I He
Yeah.
can't be lower than table three. The question is, does he make it into two? Or are there not enough spots? I don't know.
I was gonna say I think he's like low table two. Like I think he's better than Jordi Alba for sure. But
Mm,
I don't know. I would say let's chuck him in table two and then we'll see. Like, is he a pretty
just
good
put him
career?
above Trent.
I think he might be above Trent right now. He has like five Champions Leagues or something like that. That's ridiculous. And he won the Euros with Spain, even though he got
Trent's
injured in the
prime
first game.
is a lot better for me, but yeah, it's tough because Trent hasn't finished his career. I don't
I
want to be
think,
harsh on him,
yeah.
man. I don't want to sound biased. I just like I've seen recently, and I don't want recency tax to affect it, but like, dude, I since 2020, I've seen some games of his since 2022, 2023 that have been really bad. And he had one season, I don't know if you remember, I don't remember if it was the 23-24 season or the 22-23 one where the Real Madrid fans were calling for his head on Twitter. They were saying this guy
Yeah.
needs to go.
I think it might have been
But
22, 23. Yeah, that was quite a poor season from him. But still, I mean,
anyways,
solid player, I mean, great player, was the captain of Real Madrid for a while. Okay, so the next player we're going to take a look at is Christian Kivu. So he actually is maybe not as well known for people that don't follow Serie A as much, but he was quite a solid player. He's from Romania and he played for Roma for a number of years. And then he played for Inter as well, like in the years where they won five league titles in a row and played quite a big role in that treble winning season as well, even though he was injured quite a lot. So I would say he was a pretty solid player. Like I would say probably like top of table five is where I'd put him. He also played quite well for the Romanian national team, even though they didn't achieve a lot during his time there.
yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know him that well. Had to look into him a bit. I mean, table five, based off what I've read, man, I don't think I'd place him above Leighton Baines or Arbeloa. But again, I didn't watch him, so I'm not trying to be too harsh here. I was telling Pablo he's getting shifted to six, but maybe that's a little harsh.
Yeah, let's put him table five below those two, and then maybe he'll have to get relegated to six.
I guess he did win the treble with Inter Milan. That's something. I mean, how much
Yeah,
he
and he wears a
contributed to that,
helmet. I think that's
I
pretty
don't
cool.
I don't know. He played for Roma as well as what I can see. Oh, dude, he didn't even
Ajax.
really. Yeah, fair. All right.
But the
Anyways.
thing is, he was injured a lot. Like he was really good, but he was injured a lot. So that also like marks him down in my view. Next one, Fabio Contrao. Honestly, for me, I've never seen a more direct table six in my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, I think he's no, I agree. I think Contrao is six, and this isn't us disrespecting. He's definitely worse than everyone that's on that list.
Yeah,
and
exactly. I mean,
he
yeah,
couldn't
he
even, I
played
mean, didn't
for yeah.
start for, I mean, he was competing with Marcelo, who's going to come up later, but yeah, he just missed out, you know. I think he's a six, unfortunately.
Cashley Cole, table one.
Ashley Cole, don't disrespect him. You agree? You think he's, I was about to make a huge argument for him table one, man. I thought you
Yeah,
were gonna,
yeah, for sure. No, table one. I mean, I don't
yeah?
know if he goes above the two that are currently in table one. I think it's more that's more of a debate, but I mean, a lot of English people think he's the best fullback of all time.
So I'm gonna pick my battles, and I don't want to be accused of bias because I'm obviously a Chelsea fan. But just to get into Ashley a bit, I mean, Ashley Cole, I actually don't think it's outrageous to make an argument for him as the best left back of all time. If we're talking like a left back at their peak, he was insane. I mean, insanely good for Arsenal when he was younger, part of the Invincibles, then came to Chelsea, was ridiculously good at Chelsea. Pablo, you love Carlo Ancelotti. Carlo Ancelotti said he's the best left back he's ever seen. That's like
Yeah.
an actual
Didn't
quote. He
didn't
said
like
that about him.
Ronaldo said that he was like the toughest
Ronaldo
player he
said he
played
was the
against.
hardest defender he played against when he was playing right wing for United and coming up against him both at Arsenal and then Chelsea. Um, yeah, I personally would have him above Roberto Carlos, but with that said, Cafu's a little harder, just plays on the other side. And Cafu, if I'm ranking right backs, I dude, I would put Ashley Cole at the very top, but I recognize that I'm biased. I'd be willing to accept anywhere in tier one. Like I think
I
you
would
could make an
probably
argument. You can put him here, you could put
I'd
him
probably put him
here. I
above Roberto Carlos just because I was unsure if Roberto Carlos would be in table one. Ashley Cole, I'm pretty certain about. So I think there, I mean, I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, I think there are some
I
players coming up that
mm,
um it's gonna be tough because there are like at least like three players coming up that have very credible shouts for table one. So we're gonna have to
I know
see
that's
what happens
why
when we get there.
I wish table one was bigger, to be honest. I wish we could adjust these numbers, but we're just gonna have to make some tough decisions. Uh
If
Again,
Patrice Evra,
yeah. Patrice Evra, I mean, really good player, really good. One of the most entertaining players off the pitch I like ever, man. I don't know if you've ever watched his podcast. He's been doing the rounds, or when he appears on when he appears on, these football talk shows, the punditry shows. He's so funny, so entertaining. Uh
yeah.
Important player for United. Played for the national team. Granted, he missed out a little bit because he did play, but he wasn't he kind of got unlucky with his timing, right? He was between two infamous French generations, really. So, or sorry, not infamous, but famous French generations. Dude, I think he's above those that are in table three now, or is that crazy?
No, I think that's pretty reasonable. I'd put him probably top of table three. Like he
I
was good. I mean, he was good for Juve as well. Like he was good for United. Yeah, he kind of played with France in that era where France was kind of a bit shit, like in 2010 World Cup and stuff like that.
mm,
But I mean, it was not really his fault, right? Like he wasn't like the driving factor of that. So that was probably
no.
Mr. Dominic.
Well, he actually, to be fair, that's not entirely true. In 2010, Patrice Evra had like a big falling out. Granted, I hate Dominic. We could have a whole podcast dedicated to Dominic. I can't stand him. With that said, Patrice Evra was not exactly he wasn't always like the best like presence in the locker room. There's stories of him, you know, having big falling out. Sorry to cut you off before, but having big falling out with like Domenech, with other management staff. Yeah, he's not a princess either. But yeah,
So he was one of the ringleaders of the rebellion. Okay, I mean, and he
exactly.
did kick
Yeah.
a fan as well, so that's not ideal. But you know.
That's less than ideal. It feels wrong to put him below Trent, man, but I think it's correct. Like Trent.
I think so too. Yeah, I agree. Next one, Azier del Horno. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about him to be honest. I do know he played
mm,
for Chelsea for a bit. He was like he had 10 caps for the Spanish national team in a time where Spain wasn't amazing. So I'm gonna put him in table six. I'd put him above Fabio Contrao because I do think like I don't think Fabio Contrao was that good. But yeah, what do you think? He played
No,
for
I agree.
Chelsea as
He
well.
he played one season for Chelsea.
He
To be
injured
honest, when
Messi.
we, yeah, I he played one season for Chelsea, but like that's not enough, and it wasn't impactful enough as a season. I mean, he won the league, to be fair. He did win the league in his one season at Chelsea, but I don't know enough about him outside of that to like accurately make an argument for him, if that makes sense. So I would probably put him, yeah, I mean, I'd put him above Coentrao, but table six for now.
Branislav Ivanovic, table three for me.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay. I didn't expect you to go that high. I mean, I love Ivanovic. He was actually a player that I always really liked when I was younger. Um, it's hard, he was converted from center back to right back. And it was a bit of a weird choice at the time because he's not a fast player whatsoever, but he still did a very good job at right back. I mean, absolute unit of a man, one of the most menacing ones Chelsea's had. Uh, dude, I don't know if I can put him above Aspi though, to be
Oh
honest.
yeah,
I
maybe
think
table four then.
like I love Ivanovic and I'd love to rate him highly, but I think Aspi, oh God, but Ivanovic was good and has a long longevity at Chelsea. Let's let's Can we put him here for now and then see how we feel
Yeah, let's
towards the
see.
end?
Juan Fran, for me is table six as well. I would put
Mm.
him maybe above Asier del Horno because at least he played for many seasons for Atletico when Atletico was kind of the almost team. Like he won the league with them, which I think is more impressive than winning the league with Chelsea under Mourinho personally. So I would say I would put him table six, but I'll put him first on table six for now.
Do you think he's below all of these in table
I
five?
do think so, yeah. Like, he wasn't like amazing, and he also played for Spain when Spain were quite poor, so he didn't have like the national team to redeem himself. What do you think?
Ah, that feels harsh. It feels harsh to put him in six. I mean,
We could
I
put him
can't
in
make enough of
five,
an
but
argument.
I
I
don't know.
can't
I don't
make
think he's
enough of
better
an
than Kibu.
okay.
Let's see. Let's
What?
see.
Yeah, we can keep him here for now.
Philip
Um,
Lahm, what do you think?
dude, this is a hard one. This is another one of the ones I was thinking about. He's oof. Dude, he might just miss out on table one. I think he's table two. I think he's table two, and I think I put him below. God, do I put him below Danny Alves? I mean, Philipp Lahm's so consistent, man, and it's not just for Bayern. On an international level too, for Germany, so consistent. Never got a red card in his career, right? Um, Played CDM as well. He's just like the old faithful. Like he's exactly what a club would want in a player, let alone a defender.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I agree with you. I'd put him probably below Danny Alves, but in tier two, like he was definitely amazing. I think he captained that Germany team, I'm pretty sure, in
Mm,
2014. He retired quite young, which, I think that does count against you a little bit because he maybe didn't have the longevity of other players. But still, I mean, he was phenomenal. He reinvented himself under Pep as a CDM, even though, like, this list is about only their career as a fullback. But yeah, he was great.
yeah, I mean, you're right. He did reinvent himself under Pep. It feels harsh, but I think we put him there for now. I think he's one of
Yeah,
those
I agree.
that just misses out. Like if the table one, the tier one is bigger, he makes it in, but he's for me, he's easily above these next two in the tier for
Yeah, what do you think
certain.
about Lauren?
Yeah, I mean, good player. Really good player. Uh, where do I place him though, realistically? He's not, for me, he's not a standout, you know, defender or wing back that we've got on this list. I, dude, is it harsh to say like, is it harsh to say table five? Is that
I don't think
harsh?
it's that harsh. Like, I mean, a lot of Arsenal fans might give us grief about that, but I don't think he was one of the standout players of the Invincible squad. So I would say table five. Like, I mean, I'd probably put him high in table five. Like, I think maybe right below Leighton Baines. I don't know.
Yeah, Leighton Baines should be above him, I think.
Just because I feel like Leighton Baines has had more of a long career, so that and he played for a worse team, right? Like, so it's not really his fault that he didn't win trophies. Like, it's just if you play for Everton, it's tough, right? So,
mm,
Lichtsteiner, I don't know. It's again hard to place. I would say like bottom table five. Like he was okay, but he never pulled up trees. Yeah, he played for Switzerland, but like it was a Switzerland that wasn't really the overachieving Switzerland that we see now, in my opinion. So,
I
like
mean,
the Switzerland that goes toe to toe with like England at like tournaments and beat Italy even this time around. So,
he's a really good player. I mean, not really good. He was a good player, definitely. But could you make it, would it be crazy? I mean, you watch more Serie A than I do. Would it be crazy to say when that Juventus team, right, in the 2010s was at its, it's in its pomp, at its prime, that he's the worst player in the back line of the four?
I
Is
don't think
that
it would be
crazy to
crazy to
say?
say that. I mean, he's definitely,
I mean, he's worse
yeah,
than the two center backs. Then it just comes down to
yeah, I
left
would
back
say
and
so
right back.
probably. So, I would put him bottom of table five. Like, I think Kiev was better for sure.
You think he was that dude?
Yeah,
I just don't know enough about this guy, man. I feel like that seems harsh. Like this, maybe because of my age,
Kiva was
Lichtsteiner like
good, man.
stands
Like, you
out
should
more.
look up
But
some clips after this because he was like solid. Like, he was really good.
and I'm not making a case for anything higher than five. I just don't know if Arbeloa and
No,
I don't
I
know,
think
man.
he's good. I think he's good there. What about
All right, all right.
Lizarazu? This one's a
Yeah,
tough one because
Lizarazu,
I don't
first of
know
all,
so much about him.
as far as names for footballers go, he's fucking S tier. That's one of the greatest,
Yeah,
like,
Big
that's one of the
Sant
greatest names.
Lizarazu.
Yeah, that's so cool, man. And the whole like Basque influence, Spanish influence. I love his name, like, so cool. Aura. With that said, very good player. Part of France's, most dominant, national team.
Was he a starter though?
Yeah, he played left back. Yeah, he was a starter. Yes, because then we had Lilian Thuram. Yeah, he was a starter. Um, with that said, I mean, most of his best years were, I want to say, in Ligue 1. I mean, he also played for Bayern Munich. He was very good for Bayern Munich, to be fair.
Yeah.
Won World Cup and Euros with France. I'd put him table. I'd put him table. I want to put him table three, but I don't think he's better than Alaba, even though his international repertoire is better. Like,
I honestly I think he might be better than Alaba. I mean he won a World Cup and a Euros. I think he was still in the fold. Oh no, he wasn't in the fold with the French national team when they lost in 2006. Like he'd already retired by then for the team. Uh
yeah,
Maybe we could put him like right behind Alaba, but I don't think it's crazy. I don't think it's crazy to put him above Abidal as well, to be honest.
you think that high?
I
I
think
mean,
he
again,
was
I'm trying
pretty
to
good,
not let
man. Like
my French. No, no, and you're right. And I'm looking. I did just look. To be fair, it's a little bit of a cheat. I can confirm he played. Yeah, because I was like, this guy definitely started both the 2000s team and the 1998 team. I mean,
yeah,
I
I'd put him
place a lot
above
of weight.
Abidal
I don't think
personally.
he's a. You think?
Like he was solid. Yeah, yeah. No, he was good. I mean, anyone that starts two tournaments, like I gotta weigh that pretty highly. I mean, Capdevila also did that, and he's pretty low. But I think Lizarazu had a better career than Capdevila, to be honest. So
Yeah, yeah, I would agree. I would
Felipe
agree.
Luis, we might clash on this because I know he played for Chelsea. I don't think he's that good personally.
I mean, even though he
For me, he's
played
like
for
a tier
Chelsea,
five, like tops, maybe even
yeah,
tier six.
I don't think he's tier six. He was great at Atletico, man. I mean, I'm not even defending him on a Chelsea level because at Chelsea he was in this weird position where there were actually multiple players competing for that left back spot, and he was like kind of in this weird situation where I don't think he was at his best when he was playing for Chelsea. I think he was at his best definitely when he was playing for Atletico. A tier six is crazy. I think he's better than most of the guys in tier five.
Maybe better than
And
all of them even. Does he
bro,
go
I
at the
mean, if you think
top?
about Atletico, I know it's terrorist football. We've talked about this before, but he's like prime wing back of that like
Yeah, no, that's
Atletico
true.
defense, that's like very, an absolute defensive unit, doesn't concede a lot of goals. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like tier six is there's
Yeah,
no
no,
way,
I'd
but
put
he's
him. Let's put him in table five, but like probably above Leighton Baines as well at this point.
yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, he was also part of that Atletico Madrid team that made it to the finals of the Champions League. Um, got to put some weight on that.
Yeah,
So,
two times I think even.
yeah. Next up is Mycon. And I'll be honest, I said this to Pablo right before we kicked it off. I didn't recognize him in this picture. Maybe I'm being crazy, but he just looks, the image I have in my head for Mycon is very different to the one that they've selected.
It's not a good
Um,
image of him. Let's just say that.
it's not a good image. With that said, dude, Mycon. insane baller. Streets won't forget. Prime Mycon, man, like even on an offensive level, the goals he was scoring, absolute machine. I think he's a tier two, easy for me.
Wow, I didn't think you were gonna put him that high, but I agree. I mean, Maicon when he was playing for Inter Milan, Brazil, like he was just so good. He played for Roma. He was okay for Roma. Wasn't amazing. I mean, you can see in that picture he probably put on a few extra pounds. But I would say table two. Is he above Trent? I don't know.
No,
Honestly,
no,
yeah,
I don't think
I'll
he's
be
above.
happy
I don't
putting him
think he's
below
above
Trent.
Trent. I think he's below Trent because now I'm wondering. I'm seeing there's only 13 places. He might. Okay. Anyways,
Let's see.
I've
Yeah,
made
we'll
an
have to
argument
see.
for him. We'll see what happens. It's tough. Well, this one pretty easy. I think. I think
Maldini.
it's an easy. I think it's an easy tier one for me.
Tier one. The question is like, where does he fit in within tier one? Like, would it be because he was actually, for those that have seen our center backs video, he did end up being top of that list. Is he also top of the left back list? I'm not sure, to be honest.
Um, I would take Ashley Cole over him. I know this is crazy, guys, and let me preface by saying I said in a previous video, first of all, I love Maldini, so does Pablo. I think you don't love football and you don't love defending if you don't love Maldini. With that caveat placed, firstly, he was actually insane as a left back. Everybody talks about him as a center back, but he was a crazy good left back. Did he play more years at left back than he did at center back?
I'm not sure. I think it was probably
It
quite
was
even
pretty
because like
even, right?
he played a
It was the
lot as
entire,
yeah. Well, the
it was
thing
the
is,
entire first half.
yeah, he started as a left back, then he transitioned into center back, but he was always like shifting between the two positions. For Italy, though, he was always a center back.
I rate him more highly as a center back than I do as a left back, but I mean that's comparing the peak of the peak to what's like an easy S tier left back, you know. I
Yeah,
would put him
I don't,
table
yeah.
one. I'd put him, dude, I'd put him between these two. Maybe that's harsh. I You could make an argument for him anywhere in this tier, to be honest.
I don't think he's better than Cafu. I don't know about Ashley Cole and him. I think it's pretty close. But the thing is, I think the thing is with Maldini is that, you know, if you think about accolades, like it's insane. He has 7 league titles, 5 Champions Leagues, right? Like, but again, like we brought all these points up when we were discussing him as a center back as well, right? And so the question is, if you had to play one game, who would you choose? And it's tough because, you know, I do think that Maldini's a better defender by far, but I do think that Ashley Cole contributes a lot more offensively, right? So
Mm,
it kind of depends on what you value in that sense. So I'm happy with it being going either way, to be honest. I mean, as an Italian, I'm very biased to loving
But
Maldini, but it
and I'm also
depends.
biased as a Chelsea fan, and it's tough because you know how much I like Maldini and how highly I rate him. Prime Ashley Cole was different, man. I think he's the only like a lot of people talk about like these English players. He's the only English player that I think like competes for like if you're choosing a 11 for one game at their prime. I think he's the only English player that even sniffs the starting 11. As
Yeah. Well, I'm
crazy as
happy.
that sounds.
Let's leave him like
But
that for now, and then we'll see.
yeah, Marcelo, man.
Marcelo, I think Marcelo is tier one as well, to be honest.
Yeah, dude, it's just tough because I agree, but are we being too favorable with the left backs here? If we put him, then we've got four left backs, one right
Yeah,
back, and I feel
that's
like we're
fair.
doing a disservice to Dani Alves and
And
Philipp
there are a
Lahm.
couple right backs I think are in the conversation for table one that are coming up as well. I would say let's put him in table two for now. I do think he's better than Dani Alves personally, but I don't know. I just think yeah.
He's worse
What do
than
you think?
Roberto. Do you think he's worse or better than Roberto Carlos? I think he's. It's hard because to be honest, I've seen more of Marcelo playing just because of our age group. I've seen more of
Yeah.
Marcelo, and he's a great left back. Technically insane. I just
Yeah. He also was like not like an athlete really. Like he was kind of a bit overweight, but he was still like insane, you know. I don't know. I actually met him in real life once at like an event in
That's pretty
Madrid.
cool.
So I
That's
have
really
a
cool.
soft spot for him, but I don't know. I would leave him there for now. I do think he's better than Dani Alves personally, but I wouldn't like die on that hill necessarily.
All right,
I
let's
don't
leave him
know. I
here
think
for
he's worse
now
than
and say
yeah.
that the two Brazilian left backs are pretty interchangeable. I think
Yeah. Gary
Yeah,
Neville, the three Brazilian like fullbacks, I would say those three that are in a row. Gary
yeah.
Neville. So I mean, the thing that I'm gonna start with is, I think it was I don't know someone Jamie Carragher maybe that said no one grows up and wants to be like Gary Neville, right? So it's not a very glamorous player, but obviously insane trophy cabinet with Man U. Honestly, I would say he's like a table three guy for me. I don't know if that sounds harsh.
No, it's I was curious where you were gonna go with that because it started harsh, and I do want to say I think Gary Neville does himself a disservice. He's always like it even goes beyond being humble. He's obviously very humble, but he almost like plays down his achievements and how good he was as a footballer. He was an incredible footballer. Like people write him off like as if he wasn't a great right back. I think he was a very, very good right back. Uh, with that said, I wouldn't place him above these right backs that we no, I wouldn't place him above any of these right backs in table two. And I don't think I put him above Patrice Evra either or Jordi Alba.
No, I'd put him above Jordi Alba for sure.
You would?
Yeah. Wouldn't you?
I guess his trophy cabinet is pretty crazy.
I mean,
I
his
don't know. It's true. I
accolades.
I rate him
He
quite
was,
highly. It's just like I'm trying to compare career to career. Do you put him above? But I feel like if you put him above Jordi Alba, you have to put him above Patrice Evra as well.
yeah. I
No?
did think he was better than Patrice Evra though. Like over like the longevity, not like maybe skill wise, but the longevity was definitely. I mean, he was like one of the examples of that Man United team.
All right. Well, let's keep him there. I think that's a fair. Top of table three is
Yeah.
pretty fair for him, I think.
Lucas Piszczek. I'm sorry. Table six for me.
Dude, it feels harsh. I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
He's better
I
than Contrao. He's better than Delorno, but I think maybe
is
Juan
he
Fran
better
still
than?
stays ahead of
I
him.
think Juan Fran is. Yeah, let's put him table say. We're not trying to disrespect him. I just Piszczek's like he's a good player, like a good right back, good 2010s right back, but he's nothing to write home about if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. John Arne Riise, I love him. He played for Roma for a few years and he was so good for us. He also had a rocket of a left foot. Like he was great at free kicks. That being
Yeah.
said, I can't put him higher than like bottom of table five slash top of table six.
Dude, I was gonna say I'm gonna stop you right there. He can be bottom of table five if you want, but like I don't think he's above
No,
Lichtsteiner,
I
to be
agree, yeah.
honest.
What about Andy Robertson?
Tough one. Really good in his prime. If we're talking about primes
Yeah,
here, crazy good left back. I think he still holds the record for most assists for a defender in the Premier League, which is
yeah.
insane. Considering he's been a lot worse the last couple years. Uh, dude, tough one. You got to give him credit. I mean,
But
two
is he
Premier
better than
Leagues,
like a David
one
Alaba? Like, I don't
one
know.
Champions League. He's definitely not better than David Alaba. I think we're underrating David Alaba, to be honest. I would put him higher, but
I
I
would
don't
put
know,
him
man.
below Alaba, but still table three. Like there were a few years where he was probably the best left back in the world.
He was definitely the best left back in the world, I'd say, at one point in
Yeah.
time.
I think
Liverpool had the two
let's see.
best.
Let's leave him there. Let's leave him there and then we'll see. What about Ricardo Rodriguez?
I mean, good player. Uh, table six. Like,
Yeah, he's
uh,
fine, but I mean nothing special, you know.
is he better than Coentrao?
Yes. I think he's better than Contrao.
Damn, this is a weird. You have
I think
not
he's
even
better
an
than
agenda because I don't think you're like that strict, but this is just like a weird preference against Coentrao. But
I think
fair
he's better
enough.
than Delorno as well, personally. What do you think?
I'll take your word for it. I mean, Delorno again. I'm saying I'll take your word for it. I've seen Delorno play. He's
So
also been very
yeah,
good for his national team, man. To be fair to
that's
him,
true.
he's
Yeah.
been very good for the Swiss national team, dude. When Switzerland butchered Italy and
Yeah, they did butcher us.
in the Euros, I think he started that game
He
as
did
am
start.
I
Yeah, he was
as
great. He was a
he,
good player there.
he was very good. So
What about Bakary
Bakary Sagna,
Sagna? Table
he's one of
six as
those
well for
weird
me.
ones, man. He gets kind of like trapped between eras. I don't think he's table six, man. I think he's table five. He's definitely better than this guy. I'm gonna stop you right there.
John
That
Ariza, dude, John Ariza was so good.
I don't dude.
What's this
He's better
redhead
than
discrimination over here?
And this isn't even like I'm not a I don't like Arsenal, and he's Bakary Sagna was like a good. He was a reliable. Bakary Sagna was like a very reliable player. I don't know.
Okay, what about we? I'm happy to leave him there. What about Willy Sagnol? I put him
I'm
in
gonna let
table
you start
six
it.
personally. Like, I mean, he was a good player, but he wasn't phenomenal. I think he did start. I'm not sure if he started that 2006 final against Italy. He was again dependable right back, but like I don't think he's any better than Juan Fran, for example.
Okay.
What do you think?
I don't know too much about him, to be honest. I feel bad putting maybe exposing a lack of knowledge. I genuinely don't know that much about him. Can't
Michel
speak to it.
Salgado is tough. He played for Real Madrid for a decade.
Yeah, that's the
I
thing.
think he was
I
their
do know about
captain for
him.
a while as well, right?
I,
So like
he,
that does, yeah.
I definitely give him, yeah, more. Dude, he's got to be high. He might be. He played for a decade for Real Madrid, man. Like, you got to give that credit.
Is it crazy to
See,
put him like table four?
I don't think that's insane. That's what I was about to say. Just because it's such a long peak. And he's better than like Leighton Baines. I think he's better than Leighton Baines
I think he's
just
better
by
than Felipe
nature.
Luis as well.
Felipe
I don't
Luis might
know.
have to move up as well, but
Yeah. Let's move Felipe Luis up one.
put him behind. Okay.
Yeah. Who's
Yeah,
the
I
next
think I
one?
like the way this looks. Yeah. This is Alexandro, no?
Oh, Alexandro. It's tough because there were like 2 years where Alexandro was amazing for Juventus and like maybe one of the best left backs in the world, but I don't know, he kind of fell off and his last few years have been pretty shitty and he's more of a center back now, so I would say like table six personally.
Table
No, that might be
six, dude.
harsh.
No,
Yeah. He
no,
was
I think
really
that's
good at
harsh.
some point. I think
He was
table
like
five.
in his prime, he was really good, man. He was a really, really, really good player, I'd
But
say.
like, he doesn't have the longevity of a Leighton Baines, so I'd put him maybe right below Leighton Baines.
Okay. Yeah, I would agree. I do think he's below Leighton Baines.
Now, I want to
I,
start with Lilian Thuram because I'm sure you're going to have a certain view on him. I think Lilian Thuram is amazing. He scored, first of all, 2 goals in the World Cup semifinal against Croatia, which, by the way, are his only two international goals in over 130 appearances. I think he captained that French
that's
team to the World
crazy.
Cup. And he had a very solid career. I mean, he played for Juventus, he played for Barcelona for many years. I think he played for Monaco. I'm not sure though, so I don't want to like butcher that. But he played for in France for a while. But he played for Juventus. Oh, Parma as well for a long time. I think he's table two. Like I don't know if that's too high, but I feel like he's table two.
No, I'm happy you're saying that. I was gonna say table two. I couldn't have put it better myself. Lilian Thuram, just such a staple, one of the most like he might actually be the most capped player for our national team now that I think
It's
about
probably
it.
been overtaken by like Hugo Lloris or something, but I think
Oh,
he was
yes,
for a long
it
time.
might have been overtaken by Hugo Lloris. That's true. But yeah, Lilian Thuram, bro, just so good. I mean, great as a center back as well, but his standout, you're right, is at right back. Lockdown defender, like defensive right backs, he's one of the best in my opinion on this list. I put him table two. The question is just where you put him, because
I would put him. Personally, I don't
he's
know. Maybe
dude, he's
like, but
above Carvajal.
Between Lam and Carvajal, I
Yeah.
think Lam is slightly better. But he had 142 caps, by the way, for France in a time where they weren't just playing national games every 5 minutes like they are now.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
like
he
that's
left the
like
team and
really
came back.
impressive.
That's pretty
Yeah.
insane. Um,
So no,
no,
I
dude,
would
he
say he's
is
pretty
the.
phenomenal.
No, you're right. He's second now. He's got three less games than Hugo Lloris. Yeah,
Yeah, like Hugo Lloris kind of scammed it and like passed him, but anyway, that's a different story. Kyle Walker,
scam it.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
harsh with Kyle Walker because like I do think he's
Oh
quite
God.
overrated. I think he's like a top table three player. Like I do because the thing is I'm seeing who's coming up and there's a player that definitely
I know who you're
deserves to be
talking
a
about.
table
Yeah.
two more than Kyle Walker. Uh, I don't know. Is he table? Maybe he's bottom of table two. Maybe because like there is a spot in table two still. Is he better than Gary Neville though? Like over the course of his
Yes,
career?
I think he is, man. As like Gary Neville's longevity is crazy, but in their prime, you need a
Yeah.
fast right back, physical that can handle these tricky, like really strong wingers. I mean, yeah. I would put him above Gary Neville
Okay, let's put
personally.
him bottom of table too. I mean, he was known for locking down, locking down players like Vinny Jr. I think Mbappe at certain points
He
earlier in
got
his
cooked by
career.
Mbappe as well, though. He even said
Yeah, that's
himself.
true.
But,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Oh,
I think that's
Zabaleta.
fair. Mm.
I
Good
think
player, man.
Zabaleta,
I
I
think
think he's
he's
a
a
table
table four.
four. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think he goes below Felipe Luis personally. Like he was like a solid, dependable guy.
very good player. Yeah, very good player. City, yeah, yeah, he was good.
Zambrotta, it's gonna be I think he's really good, Zambrotta, personally. Right? Like, I mean, Italian bias is coming out here for sure, but he won the World Cup with us. Played a pretty key role. He was starting in that World Cup. He played for many years for Milan, played for Juve for many years, played for Barcelona for a bit. So he spent about a decade and a half playing in the best teams in the world. Um, Solid player. I don't know. I would say maybe like mid-table four.
I thought you were gonna go higher than that, dude. I think you could make a case for him table three.
I
He's
was gonna
very,
say
very
bottom
good,
of table
Zambrota.
three, but like I don't know, like
I,
I thought that was
d-
like
dude, I
biased.
think he's better than Andrew
I mean, I'm happy
Robertson.
to, yeah, I'm happy to put him in
Maybe
table
I'm being
three. I don't
so.
think he's better
I,
than Alaba though, but he played 100 games for Italy when Italy was really good.
I would be okay with him there. I don't think that's crazy.
Yeah, let's leave him there for now, and then we can,
He's definitely better than Ivanovic. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
All
I have
right,
to say this
Zanetti.
last one again. I don't want
I
to
think
sound like Serie A
I yeah,
bias, but I do believe I believe he's table one personally. I don't know. What do you
it's
think?
so hard. This is when I was looking earlier and I was saying there's so many players. Like he's one of these ones you can put him table one for sure. I mean, iconic player, iconic defender, captain, just like cool as well, has the aura points. He was very good both ends of the pitch. What is there to say? I mean, you could speak to it. He's a great Serie A player. It's just hard because I'm gonna be honest, like him, Marcelo, Dani Alves, and Lam for me are like the four contenders for that fifth slot, you know? Or sorry,
Yeah.
Roberto Carlos as well. I think these three are on lock, and then these five are competing for two spots. I do think he's better than Lilian Thuram, I'll admit. But yeah, man, it's hard. It's really hard.
I would leave him table one just because I think like he brings something different to the table, but that's still good, right? Because a lot of the players that we're discussing, right? Roberto Carlos, Marcelo, Dani Alves, they were good defensively, don't get me wrong, but they were really kind of marauders going forward, you know? Like their best work, in my opinion, was done going up the pitch rather than down it. Zanetti was like a jack of all trades, you know, like he did both quite well. He was like very composed under pressure. He was a leader as well. Like he captained Inter for over a decade. He played around 800 games for Inter in all competitions. Like he was just also never injured, right? Like that these are things that are kind of important, I think, for me
Yeah.
personally. But again, I won't die on my sword. Like and also I think it puts a nice balance of like right back and left back in that tier one. Now, if we're talking about Lam, for example, I think you can make a strong case for
Yeah, that's the
Lam.
thing. Because Lum was
The
so good defensively, man,
the
as
only
well.
thing I would say is that I do think Lam is kind of unfortunate because of his versatility, because he did play quite a bit at CDM. So like if you're looking like purely as a right back, I would pick Zanetti over him. But again, I don't think it's heinous to put Lam over him either. Like I think all these guys, I think the top three pretty set. These five are like really, really like small margins between them, but I
Yeah.
don't know.
I are we gonna put Cafu as our number one ever? Dude, now I'm starting to doubt myself. Like I love Cafu, but I'm starting to doubt
I
myself. I'm
do.
almost thinking Maldini, like
I want to put Cafu and reward him because I think
mm,
Maldini, like it would be easy to say that Maldini is like the best left
yeah,
back of all time as well. Like I think if we add a bit more nuance to it and like try and like separate a bit what he did at left back and what he did at center back, I do think Cafu maybe is a bit better. I mean, Cafu
no, you're right.
won two World Cups. Like he kind of redefined like the modern right back position in a way. Like this like strong, like going up and down a lot, having, I don't know. So I'm pretty happy with the I'm pretty happy with this list in general though. Like there's not really much of change. What do you think?
No, I agree. And I do think that I agree. I'm sticking to my guns because I also made that case for Ashley Cole. It's just if you watch this and you see the Roma fan and the Chelsea fan putting Cafu and Ashley Cole as the top two, But you're right. I think Maldini gets that tax. I think it's very fair to have him here. I would have made. I just don't know if I can put him. I don't know if I can put Dani Alves above Marcelo. That's hard. But I really wanted to reward Dani Alves. I still think Dani Alves could be here and you could move,
Yeah.
but I respect the argument made. Yeah, I think this is a fair list. I think that, like we said, those top ones are interchangeable. So
Yeah, yeah. So I think this brings us nicely to the end. Thanks for watching. This is our list of the best fullbacks. Maybe not as controversial as other lists have been so far, but nonetheless, I think it was an interesting one.
thank you guys. Bye.